What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Game Day Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the Friday 11-game main slate, but has been a theme here, James. Weather. A lot of rain has some slates impacted, some slates not. If you're looking at the DraftKings board here for this Friday main slate, it is looking a little wet here. The first couple of games, first 4 games actually. New York, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Atlanta, all with rain clouds here, potentially in the forecast for this 11-game slate. So we'll see how many are in and how many are out when it comes to this slate. I know living in Boston, we are expected to have a pretty wet weekend, so Northeast games could be impacted.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not 4 of 5 games like it was on Thursday.
True.
If 4 games are removed from the slate, honestly, I'd be happy because then that's 7 games and not 11. So
A little sweet spot slate, you know?
yeah. So I mean, obviously, you don't want to see weather on a big slate either because then you're like, what do I do? Do I like on the smaller slates? You just don't have a choice. Like you have to take shots, right? Like you
Yeah.
have to play rain games. On bigger slates, it's like, well, I don't think I have to, but one of them's like Cincinnati, and the Yankees offense has obviously been really good, and Cleveland and Baltimore aren't throwing exactly the best pitchers, or at least the Dean Kramer this version has not been good, and Atlanta is up against a guy who has negative fantasy points in 3 of his 4 last outings.
And an offense that is waking up in Atlanta.
A lot of home runs. So, I mean, these are the slates where at the end of the day, like, you just have to take a stance, and you really do have to pay attention to weather more than ever because you can't take 3 zeros if you stack the Reds or if you stack the Giants or whoever you stack. So, it's going to be an interesting slate for sure.
Yeah, I will say, obviously, it is summer in Atlanta, so there's always the chance for pop-up storms. But looking at the hourly forecast, at least for now, as we record here on Thursday evening, it's about 15% chance of rain, basically from noon on. It doesn't actually suggest rain until around midnight, 1, 2 o'clock. So, but again, it's Atlanta. Anytime there could be pop-up precipitation. So maybe that game is a little bit safer than the others, but again, we'll have to check back in. Myself and Henry Wilson will be live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll give you all the latest updates there. Jumping into the starting pitching here, Joe Ryan, your top price pitcher, $9,700. Cutter Crawford in at Texas at 92. Kevin Gausman against the Yankees at 91. Your top 3 priced starting pitchers here. I mean, Joe Ryan against the White Sox certainly seems like the favorable matchup, but it feels like for me personally, whenever I go with Joe Ryan, I'm getting, some mixed results here. So what are your thoughts when it comes to spinning up at starting pitching?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Joe Ryan has been a mixed bag. I get it. I get the price. I get it all. I think there's a really high ceiling with Joe Ryan because it's the White Sox. So he'll just have ownership baked in and whatnot. So $9,700 is good with me. Cutter Crawford, the home runs are really concerning. I get like
tough teams.
I get it. I do. I'm not disputing that he has arguably had the 2 toughest matchups, like in terms of home runs lately. He's also allowed 22 and 21 starts this year, so it's it's not as if those home runs have only come the last 2 games. Because he didn't allow any to start the year, so it has really bit him since what?
So his first multi-homer game was June 11th, and since then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his 8 starts, he's allowed 2 or more. So
that's a lot of home runs.
Definitely. The one thing, and I don't even know if this is working for him, but we've talked a lot about the Rangers lineup lately and kind of how they've had, they've been okay. But we haven't necessarily been too afraid
to
go at them.
No, they've been bad. They've been bad against.
They've been bad, but they have a new look lineup now, right?
That is correct.
Josh Smith
Jung
leading off. Josh Jung sets back in the plate and he's just smoking everybody again, right? So like, that lineup certainly a little tougher. They're in Texas. They have some Texas weather. You can hit the ball farther. Certainly a team that can hit home runs. So I'm kind of with you. Like, I am iffy on Cutter Crawford, as good as he has largely been for most of this year. A bit shell-shocked by the last 2 starts for sure. Maybe that keeps ownership off of him as well. People look at 8 home runs, they see him in Texas, they're like, no thanks, and you get him at no ownership here.
Dude, 18, I know, again, 18 home runs in 10 starts.
Yeah.
That is, and if you remove the Dodgers-Yankee starts, 10 home runs in 8 starts.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a lot of home runs. Like, but I agree. You'll get him at low ownership. You'll also get Kevin Gausman at low ownership, John. He has been demolished by the Yankees this year. His first start, he didn't make it out of the first inning. He was okay in the second start, only made it 5 innings. And then in this most recent one, 7 runs over 4 1/3. I don't know. Yankees won 5 in a row, and the obvious like insert of Jazz Chisholm has been good, but it's not just Jazz. Verdugo's been good again. Austin Wells has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just Stanton's obviously back, that lengthens the lineup. So I'm probably just in this tier. It's Joe Ryan or bust for me.
I'm with you. Under $9,000. Abbott at home against San Francisco. Schwellenbach here at home against Miami at $8,800. Yusei Kikuchi making his Houston debut at $8,600. Brian Wu starting against Philly. Phillips here. Tyler Phillips coming off of a complete game shutout. He has a matchup in Seattle, and Tyler Anderson, who we've tried to pick on a lot here at 8K. That's your 8K range.
We tried to pick on Tyler Anderson, suddenly the best strikeout artist in the game.
Dude, 10 or 8, 10 and 10 and 3 of the 4. Like,
I think there are 2 obvious targets here. Schwellenbach coming off. Him and Phillips both coming off obviously like ceiling starts, but 7 scoreless, 11 strikeouts, 40 bomb for Schwellenbach. He has been largely really, really good lately. 23, 21, 17, 40 fantasy points, 6 innings or more in 3 of the 4, 3 wins baked in there. So 8,800 for Schwellenbach. And then Phillips was the other guy. It's in Seattle. And that's where you have to, I think, just immediately be like, oh, this guy is going to be the highest rostered pitcher of the day.
Probably.
He's 8,400 coming off 15 straight scoreless innings, one of which has the best record in Major League Baseball, where he just threw a complete game shutout against. And he's also looked good in every start. He had 4 runs against Oakland. So does everybody. Everyone gives up 4 runs against Oakland. So
he gave up 2 home runs. Lawrence Butler probably tagged him.
Probably what happened, Butler Rooker, right? I mean, it's
honestly, without even knowing, probably exactly what happened. It was probably Butler Rooker.
So the obvious, it's usually you have win equity attached. We'll see how Philly offense, but he's had 8, 6, and 11 runs of support in his last 3 outings. I think this is clear cut, him and Schwellenbach in this tier. I usually would be interested in both pitchers at home. And maybe this is just because Brian Wu bit me in the ass the last time he pitched. He left that game with hamstring tightness, and I had a really good lineup that night, and Brian Wu was low owned. I don't know if I want to risk it against Philly. I think I'll probably pass him.
We were 1 for 2. Rooker did, in fact, homer off of him, but Zach Geloff got the other one. So
he would have been probably in the top 4. I probably would have guessed him 4th, maybe. I probably would have went Langoliers next.
That might have been the last time Butler went hitless, honestly. It was July 13th. So, dude, 100% in on Phillips again. The strikeout numbers haven't been great, but we know there's a strikeout ceiling against Seattle, in Seattle especially. So that plays up. Do you look at Yusei here? $8,600. They've traded away a couple of guys that hit lefties pretty well, and Paredes and Randy Rosarena.
Yeah, they still have Yandy. They added Morel. Caballero has been really good against lefties. Siri's been really good against lefties. No one's scared of a end of a lineup that has DeLuca, Carlson, and Jackson. So I'm assuming that's going to be their 7 through 9 against a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's going to scare many people.
Agreed. Would you pitch Tyler Anderson? Or
no. Oh no, not against the Mets. No.
I'm in full agreement with you, but we've,
he's
shoved against us. So
where you're going, I get it. I get the path that you are taking. Like this path that you're going down, I understand. But there is a caveat. Like
this is an all-star pitcher, by the way.
I mean, I'll still to my grave just take his his ERA should be 2 runs higher.
It should be 2 runs higher. I don't know where these strikeouts came from.
The strikeouts are obviously, and even with these strikeouts in his last 10 starts, he has 10 less strikeouts than innings pitched. Yeah. Even with the strike, which just goes.
He had a 6.5 K per 9 before those 4 starts. So
two of them came against Seattle and 1 came against Oakland.
Yeah,
can we just agree those are all very high strikeout rate teams. Last 30 days for the Mets. The Mets have a. Okay, this is a little interesting. The Mets actually have over the last 30 days against lefties.
Dead last.
They have a 28% strikeout rate. Now they have a 198 ISO.
Oh yeah,
that is good. Their OPS 752. It's right above league average. They haven't been as good against lefties as they have been, in previous months. But the 28% strikeout rate, I do not want to see Tyler Anderson with
Dude, he's gonna have 8 strikeouts again.
I'm not playing.
Okay, that's fine. Would you pitch the guy opposite of him? We got Paul Blackburn making his Mets debut here. Longtime foe of the Los Angeles Angels, having pitched for the A's there.
I mean, he hasn't pitched.
A's aren't good. A's aren't good either.
No, they're not. I mean, he obviously hasn't pitched well since
I mean, he hasn't really pitched well since getting hurt. He was really good at home for Oakland this year. He was horrific on the road. So,
well, let me tell you something, buddy. That A's home cooking ain't home cooking no more. And not that Citi Field is a bad pitcher.
No, I agree. They're in LA. So, would you pitch anybody else? I guess under 8K. Is there a matchup or a target that you would take a look at here? We like Kyle Harrison, but not in Cincinnati. I don't think
they've been pretty bad. Where are they against lefties? They've been pretty bad against lefties, dude. 28.5% strikeout rate over the last month. 655 team OPS. That's 26th in baseball.
Yeah, they're 19th in WOBA overall this year against lefties with a 22% strikeout rate. So they've been a little bit worse of late. It's more so the ballpark for me. I think if this was flipped, if this was in San Francisco, Harrison might be my first play.
Well, he did prior to that start against Colorado in San Fran. He went into course and had threw a 1-hitter.
Course. The Rockies aren't really.
Yeah, but dude, Heimer Candelario is not taking a bat with him to the plate. All the Reds' good hitters, or what should be good hitters,
they have a lot of guys that should hit lefties well, right? Steer hit lefties well last year. India hit lefties well for a long time this year. We know Ellie doesn't hit lefties well.
And then everyone else is lefty on their team.
Stevenson, the catcher, hits lefties.
Yeah, but then Fraley, Friedel, Benson, are all lefties. And
it's true, they traded Slater, so they don't even have him anymore.
And then everyone else is hurt. Everyone else is their backup outfielders are hurt. I know what you're saying. I'm not saying.
Would you pitch Kyle Harrison here then?
Yes, $7,800 strikeout upside.
Again, super good pitching prospect. I think it was top 25 coming into this year or last year.
Figuring it out.
All right. I'll buy in. I'll buy in with you again. I'm worried, but I'll buy in. The ballpark scares me. That ballpark just scares me. It's not a good. It's just guys can give up runs so easily.
I mean, but look at where. Give me one other viable option. One. Get under 8K. Give me one. It's Harrison and Stone. I like both those guys. They obviously don't have the easiest spots, but the talent is like obvious. Where else is the talent obvious? Under $8,000. I like Shane Baz, but
Would you throw Randy Vasquez
no.
6K against Colorado?
Like I mean, he's coming off like
He shut out Washington 2 starts ago.
I know.
He actually had like a couple of decent starts, 18, 14, 16. Got obliterated by Baltimore as we expected. Finally, the lefty splits came through.
Yeah, the strikeouts are pretty brutal. Like, is there 5-6 strikeout upside here? Yes, Colorado strikes out a ton. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're. I know.
I mean, the Padres are going to be big favorites in this game, obviously.
Yeah, because and like here, I think here lies the problem with the Padres now. Vasquez, if there's any trouble, they have the best bullpen in baseball after the deadline. Like, not even a question. They have.
You think he just goes 5 and they're just like,
every game after 5 innings is over versus the Padres because they just went out and that's what they did, right? Like, they already had Estrada and Suarez and Morjan, and then we're like, nah, let's actually add to that and get 2 more arms. Good luck. So I think the problem with Vasquez and basically not Michael King or like Dylan Cease is that games are, if it's close in the 5th, like what sense does it make to have Randy Vasquez go out there any more than that? Like, maybe it took 68 pitches. They took him out. They said, we don't need you anymore in this close game. We don't want to risk it. You're gone.
I understand.
There's no chance that seeing that and now their bullpen has gotten better since then. Does that make me want to play Randy Vasquez?
Colorado has the 3rd highest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching on the road this year.
I know what you're trying to do. I really do.
Listen, we're here to make cases, right? If there's a case to be made,
if you're building 20 lineups
for Randy Vasquez in this thing, how many has Vasquez in it?
20 lineups.
1.
What percent? Give me a percent.
1 or 2 most. 10% at most, probably 5%.
Okay.
But he's 6,100. That unlocks a lot. And if he gives you 18, 14, or 16 fantasy points, it's a win.
Let me ask you. I have one name that I want to ask.
Okay.
And it's another pitching prospect, and it is Shane Baz. Houston, for the last month, had a 693 team OPS. That's 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
They had a 137 ISO. That's 27th. They ranked 22nd in WOBA and 21st in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. 21% strikeout rate. He is $6,800 because why? Because the Yankees start where he
probably
had
5
walks. I don't know. Doesn't that seem?
I mean, he's on the road.
The
talent, a tough stretch, but his debut was fine. 6 innings, 3 earned, 6 Ks against Texas.
He's great against Cincy his last time out. Like, great. If you got that start against Cincy, like, you are in a really great spot.
Yeah.
With $6,800 as your SP2.
Okay.
But
I mean, I get it. You'd rather pitch Baz given the prospect status.
Just the talent, dude. It's just the talent.
Yeah.
Talent. I mean,
but the win equity is with Vasquez.
If he gets to 5, yeah. I mean, right. If he has a lead after 5 innings, that game's his.
That game's his, right? Like,
it's over. Yes.
I don't think. Let's see. Do we have any Friday odds? Let's see. We do. So San Diego. Of course, we don't have the San Diego odds. Go figure. Do we have Tampa Bay on?
See if I can find them for you. I got San Diego.
Okay, what do you got for San Diego?
Minus 178 on the money.
Houston's minus 160. So
yeah, I see. Yeah, open minus 152. Movement for them already. That's interesting. Yeah.
Schwellenbach's minus 275. So.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Ryan and the Twins minus 300. Schwellenbach minus 270. And where was our Seattle? That I don't see.
Seattle's minus 125.
Yeah, that's interesting.
at home. Brian Wu.
Yeah, Brian Wu.
All right, I get it. I could see playing the talent for Boz, but obviously, again, if Vasquez against a real, if he goes out there, he can get you 18 fantasy points if he shuts down Colorado, which obviously most have been able to do here. So,
agreed.
All right, catcher. Again, large slate, so every starting catcher basically is available. Find the matchup you want to target and go. You know what? If Danny Jansen's in the lineup for Boston, he's been pretty productive since that trade. Don't mind that at $3,900. Again, Jose Urania is there.
I can't believe he's still pitching.
They've been playing Wong. I mean, they've been DHing Jansen and catching Wong. So now it's a righty, so there's probably a good chance that they don't do that. They'll probably just have a Yoshida DH or something, but something to at least look for there.
I think Wells 39, Torrens 37 is probably going to start with a lefty. Dude, Travis d'Arnaud has been really good against right-handed pitching this year. Sean Anderson is in a whole bunch of trouble. He has been awful in his few outings for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Braves.
Okay. Any Colorado catcher here, or San Diego catcher rather, Campusano or Higashioka versus Gomber.
Yeah, Higashioka or Campusano took Kershaw deep.
Sure did. All right. So again, we'll recap the catchers at 5 p.m. Myself and Henry Wilson there. So and Grande will have a whole bunch of catchers in his playbook for all of us to break down. First base. That's where it gets to get fun. Otani versus Estes at 65. Harper versus Wu at 57. Vladdy Jr. against Stroman at 52. Naylor versus Creamer, 51. Steer and Alonso round out the 5K tier. But are any of them better than Matt Olson right
now? No, they're not. Well, Vladdy. Probably Vladdy. Overall, he's probably been better. But Olson, another home run. That's his 5th home run in his last 6 games. And now he gets a dream spot. I think the Braves... The unfortunate part for Atlanta, I'd say, John, is that we never saw a price reduction despite how bad they've been. So they're all super expensive.
The algos just kept on being like, it's Atlanta. They'll figure it out.
They're going to this guy is not going to hit 215 with no home runs because now we're seeing it. He's going to still hit 30 home runs this year. I think Olson's your top play. I will say though, 4,800. I don't really remember it being this cheap. I mean,
he's used 49 once, twice.
Dude, I mean, you look through the whole season.
This is the cheapest he's ever been. He's 49 twice. He opened the year at 6K.
And he's hit 5 home runs in 6 games. And you're getting him at his cheapest price tag. I think it's a smash play.
Yep, you got him in Atlanta, in the weather, in the heat, in the humidity, and gets Atlanta here. I agree with you. A lot of matchups, though, we do like. JD Martinez against a lefty. I know you mentioned Candelario struggling, but historically good versus lefties. Miranda versus a righty and Martin at $4,200 there.
Yep.
A spot we've liked to target. Carrasco, I actually think righties are doing the damage against Carrasco. I could be completely lying, but I feel like I looked at this the other day. Either way, you'll have one of the 2 Baltimore hitters there at first. So pretty strong mid-tier of first baseman here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of incorrect answers there. I mean, obviously you have the luxury of playing.
Yeah, it is righties, by the way, against Carrasco. 539 slug, 370 WOBA, 293 average, 1.8 homers per 9 to right-handed hitters.
Okay.
So Mountcastle, mount up.
Yeah, mount up. Nice.
Yeah, I got you. 12 years working together, I can make a joke.
JD Mart and Mountcastle, Miranda for sure. I'd throw Yandy in there if you're not on Kikuchi. He'll lead off. He'll swing at the first pitch and possibly hit a home run. You know how he does. Ben Rice, 4K. He's been swinging a little bit better of a bat. He had a good series against Boston, then a good series against Philly. I mean, Nathaniel Lowe, dude, 3,900. He's been really good. If Cutter Crawford has the yips, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of home runs hit.
There's also gonna be a lot of home runs hit. Is the Red Sox bullpen is horrific. So
Yeah,
if
that's
Kyle
also
Crawford gets lifted, also probably a good shot at a lot of runs being given out. Now they have a couple of guys they traded for actually with them now, but still, like that Red Sox bullpen has been giving up a ton. Did you see Kenley Jansen slipped, fell, and hurt his back?
I was about to say Kenley's been good, but no, I did not. So
Yeah, he's day to day, slipped and fell. How are these guys slipping and falling? How does that even work? So, anyways, got that going for us. Dom Smith at $3,500 against Jose Urania. I'd be in on.
Dom Smith just keeps on keeping on.
Dude, he's been good.
He has legit. No, he has legit. I feel like there was a reason why the Mets like kept Dom Smith for so long instead of like just like moving on from him because he can hit. Can't play the field. Still can't. I remember he was trying in the out. They were trying him in the outfield and stuff. Like that was all.
Oh yeah, which is worse because he's slow. He's got no mobility.
No mobility at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dom Smith 3,500. Like, what does Jose Urania do? Like, is he getting lucky again? Because he has this really good ERA. Is he lucky again? 3.07 ERA, 4.35 xFIP. Yeah, he's getting lucky again. Got it.
6K per 9 with a 3 walks per 9.
That feels. The righties have actually given Jose Urania issues. But lefties have a 2.19 BABIP against Jose Urania. That is just not possible.
Yeah.
He's blowing up here.
I agree with you. I'm wondering when Costas comes back. He's been on a rehab assignment. I think he's had 2 games.
Okay.
I don't know how long they need him to rehab for, though. So I'm curious.
Could be this spot.
I said it could be a recall spot for Costas here. He's played 2 rehab games. Like
Bryce Lewis only needed 2.
Yeah. Did you see Eduardo Rodriguez isn't even going to have any? He's just going to come back and pitch.
Hell yeah. Well, no one knows why he's been in that.
Nobody knows where he is or why he hasn't been pitching. They'll never tell us. But
it's been a year and a half. He just disappeared.
I read that he threw a simulated game. He's not expected to have a rehab assignment. So I don't understand what happened with Eduardo Rodriguez. But him and Merrill Kelly soon going to be part of that Diamondbacks rotation. So look out. All right. Sidetrack averted. Second base. Here we go. Altuve, Semien, your top 2 price plays here. Rest of the position's kind of blah, honestly. I guess we'd go to Morel, 42, right?
We do, for sure. If he's gonna homer at this rate. I mean, at this rate. I shouldn't say at this rate. He just homers. That's what he does. So I like Semien if you're playing a Texas stack.
Yeah, we're just buying into the Crawford homers right now.
Yeah,
right?
just the home runs. Yeah, I mean, again, like at the end of the day, I'm going to play guys that can hit home runs. If a guy's giving up 18 home runs in 10 games, I want a piece of the other. I want a piece of the other side.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. What does that put us for the rest of this? I guess Xander's in a pretty good spot, dude. Jose Iglesias just keeps on raking.
Yeah, and they hit him like second. They hit him like second at times against lefties.
348 with a 900 OPS on the year.
Is he gonna keep hitting left, or is he gonna keep hitting second against lefties? Like,
I don't know. Let's see what his current numbers are against lefties. That's basically where he's at. Splits tool. Go to Fangraphs. Shout out to Fangraphs, our lifeline for statistics here. Yeah, he is currently hitting 400 still against left-handed pitching. No ISO to speak of. A 111 ISO. The man is just singling you to death. 414 WOBA. 960 OPS though. 511 slug. Just no isolated power numbers. But again, I don't think we were looking for ISO. Hitting 400 with a 10% strikeout rate. So Jose Iglesias.
Yeah, I looked at the rest of the position after Iglesias too. Just go. It's Gavin Lux and Jackson Holiday. Those are the next 2 names I'd probably get to. Lux is going to keep hitting right in the middle of the Dodgers lineup. And he's going to keep hitting because he's living up to everything and more, right? Like that, he has been amazing.
He saw they traded for guys, and they're like, "Not my spot." That's Cavabiggio's spot. That's going. Not my spot. It
started a little. He must have realized, like, oh, trade deadline's coming. I got to start heating up a little bit here.
Exactly.
And, he has not stopped hitting, and then obviously Holiday has all the upside in the world.
Yep, agreed. As long as the umpires aren't given 8 feet of plate for the pitchers to hit.
No, it wasn't great.
That was ridiculous. All right, third base we go. Jose Ramirez homered on Thursday. Devers
every day. He's homering every day.
Homer every day. Well, he's great. He's a great player. 6,200. Devers, Lewis, Vladdy with the dual positional eligibility. Riley homered again. 5K for him. Machado against Gomber. Jazz Chisholm, Yankee stud. $4,900. Looking like Alfonso Soriano out there from the left side of the plate.
You know what? If we get an Alfonso Soriano comp and he goes 40-40, I am going to be very happy because that
people forget how good Alfonso Soriano was. I think
he was traded for A-Rod.
He was unbelievable. He absolutely electric player.
He was one of the most electric Yankees of all. When you think about
Yankee, Cub, Ranger, just electric.
Just every time he did anything. This is one of the most top-heavy third base positions we've had in a while. No.
Yeah.
Ramirez, I mean,
matchup and current form wise, a lot of these guys are just on the planet.
Devers is hitting 400, and there hasn't even been power involved.
Yeah, his shoulders hurt.
Doubles. He has 8. With 8. Yeah, shoulder hurts, so he's only hitting doubles instead of home runs. If Rafi Devers goes 5 or 3 for 5 with 3 doubles, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Then there's really no wrong answer. I do like the Braves. I've said that kind of a lot. So Riley's definitely appealing. Hit another home run on Thursday, as you mentioned. And the Chisholm thing is just, what are we this is his Yankee Stadium debut, right?
He did something opposite field homers against Philly, right?
Against Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
And then he did it against Nola. And I know Garrett Stubbs was also one of the home runs.
Yes.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that he hit 4 against, but he did hit 3 against really good pitchers, one of which a lefty. And this is his Yankee Stadium debut. Gossman's been struggling against lefties. Obviously, he had the complete game his last time out, but he hasn't pitched well against the Yankees, and he's struggling against lefties.
He still gave up runs in that complete game too. It's not like he was a dominant complete game. They just let him go out there and throw 9 innings.
Look, I'm not saying that Jazz Chisholm's the best $4,900 spend. Did you? I heard a stat that Jazz Chisholm it was after the second home run, double home run game in 2 games with the Yankees, or 3 games with the Yankees, he had 2 multi-home run games. And with whatever amount of games in the Marlins, he has 3 multi-home run games.
I mean, we've always known Miami's home ballpark was not good for hitting, right? It was always considered a pitcher's park. So
and now he is going to Yankee Stadium for the first time.
I mean, he's almost guaranteed to homer here, right?
Do you think he homers in his debut?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I am excited, and I don't, without looking at sports books, I'm sure the home run odds are not out at this point. I'm excited to see what they set Jazz at, right? Because you're going to see Judge at plus 150. You're going to see Soto in the 200.
I bet he'll be plus 275.
If he is anything, well, all right, we got it.
Under plus 300.
What do you?
I said plus 275.
Plus 475.
Wow.
Soto is plus 275. Stanton plus 240. Judge plus 150. But Jazz is 475.
I'd throw some money down. You got to head to the NC border there and go throw some dollars on the Jazz Chisholm home run. You're going in the opposite direction actually tomorrow. So before you go, you got to get in the gotta go hit that.
Yeah, we're further in. Yeah, further in. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a wrong answer, and I'll even go a step further. Chapman 48, probably not Bregman, but then Josh Jung, Vientos, Josh Smith.
Yeah.
Ryan McMahon against Vasquez. This is a loaded third base.
Miranda is 42 with dual positional eligibility there.
Morel also 4,200.
Yeah.
Caballero has hit lefties well and has stolen a bunch of bases. I mean, really, really good third base.
Maybe Tampa Bay will eventually call up Junior Caminero.
Maybe they have a lot.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Novelli at $3,100.
No No.
All
Just
right,
no. Drop the belly.
all right, that's it. Shortstop, a position usually of strength, but there's no Bobby Witt. So what are you
And
going to
what? Wait.
do?
Oh no. Does he not play? I'm in deep waters if he doesn't play.
Is he facing the Cubs at like 2:00 tomorrow?
6:40. Oh, Tarek Skubal.
6:40.
Oh, Skubal and the Skubal matchup. Not on the main slate and Skubal. Not great.
Well, Francisco Lindor at $5,600 gets a good spot there.
Yeah.
Again, we go with this all the time. I said I wouldn't play Ellie versus lefty. You can always play Ellie if you want, but Gunnar, Turner, Lindor, Seager, all of them are 100%, core lineup builders.
Agreed.
Building blocks to your lineup there.
Agreed.
Fitzgerald, cool enough.
In a great ballpark.
Great ballpark against a lefty.
Hate that he is $4,700.
Abbott doesn't give up home runs really either, right?
No. And I hate that he's $4,700. Yeah. Actually, Andrew Abbott does give up home runs. 20 he has served up in 21 starts. 2 multi-home run games in 2 of his last 3 starts.
All right.
He's also been shelled in those 2 starts. No strikeouts for Andrew Abbott.
Maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking he doesn't strike anybody out.
None. 0. Zilch. Yeah. I'd play basically everyone Fitzgerald and up.
Yeah. Raphael, you mentioned Urena, worst numbers versus righties and lefties.
Yep.
I
mean, Xavier Edwards, I know we're in on Schwellenbach, but dude, he reached base twice again on Thursday. Not a lot of fantasy points, but again, on base twice.
Yeah. Ha-Seong Kim, 38 against Gomber.
Volpe's been good lately, and I think the key for Volpe has been running a lot again, which we weren't getting from Volpe for a while.
Got Luciano here. I'll still throw him out there, 2,800 again, top prospect for them. So,
hey, you know what? You said it the other day. He has a hit in both games, and Abbott's struggling. So I don't hate it. I'll give you one more too. I mentioned this name on the Thursday show. He homered again on Thursday as well. Dude, hit streak is live and well. Orlando Arcia, he hit 5th. Just gonna throw that out there. He hit 5th on Thursday. If he's gonna hit 5th again at $2,800 against Sean Anderson, I am. That you know how you afford the Braves? You play Orlando Arcia at $2,800.
I agree. Outfield. I mean, listen, Ohtani versus Estes is like.
Yeah, I know. I know. We haven't talked about it. I know we haven't talked. Him Lux, like a him Lux little man at the top of that lineup. Oof. He hasn't homered in a couple days. He's way due.
Yeah, he's overdue here. Of course, then you have the Yankees. You have Brent Rooker, who's probably better than all of them at the moment.
Yeah, he has.
Like $5,900.
I know it. Shohei, by the way, plus 150 to homer.
Yeah.
In Oakland.
Feels good. So
what a
Durant, obviously. $5,900. Santander, I mean, he'll flip around to the wrong side against Carrasco, but still $5,400. Yeah, but he homered it.
But dude, he's hitting like as many homers from that side.
Did you see the home run he hit today? He just like tomahawked that thing. It was a high fastball. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna rope this thing down, into the concourse." Like it wasn't even
number 32. Number 32. No problem.
Absolute no doubter.
Elliott 49.
Yeah, I mean Jazz is there too. Can play him out there. Buxton's been on good run right now. He's 47. They hit him down the lineup when a righty's on the mound though. Like it's so annoying. Profile versus lefty, 47. Certainly a good spot for him there. Let's see. Got all your Red Sox plays. Langford at 43. They still hit him cleanup in this new lineup. Like they're not.
Yeah. Even though he's struggling too.
He's struggling, but we went over this. Have you seen his StatCast outs?
They're all hard hit.
He had a 101 mile an hour line out twice the other day.
Yeah, it's just so bad.
Like just absolute rockets at people. So just unlucky on some of those things there. Yoshida, Kauser's been ridiculous. Let's see. Lawrence Butler is LB. 41.
Yeah, I was gonna say LB at 41.
Yeah, LB is 4,100 against Stone.
He's been so good. You know who I'd play lefty? I'd play Jackson Merrill. That kid is phenomenal. And we know Austin Gomber. I mean, Gomber's been whatever, but dude, Jackson Merrill is just
Dude, I say this all the time, but like the young classes that are coming up through the
so
ranks,
absurd. They're
dude,
absurd.
they're all like major league ready,
I
good
know.
to go, right? Like they're so it's so great to see. And again, we missed out on Jacob Wilson. He came up after hitting 400 for like 80 minor league games, gets hurt right away, but he had a single and a run scored. Like that dude was ready. Imagine if the Oakland A's had that guy in their lineup right now.
I know.
Like, be even better. Said Schumann was able to save face here. And the absolute worst timing of all timing, my mouse just died. So I'm going to need you to take over the board. Actually, wait. All right, hold on. I can scroll the page here.
No, you can't. No, because is it gonna scroll you? You can scroll the page.
Yeah.
But you can't. The page is moving. It's not the play. Oh, look at you!
You know, okay. The mouse is definitely dying. I just kind of moved the battery around a little bit.
You gotta get it to where you can get your keyboard to go up and down the player list. So just keep your mouse. Yeah. Just make sure you keep your mouse on the player list, because then you'll be able to use your arrows.
Is that how that works? Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Well, if the mouse dies, it doesn't recognize
your arrows, bro.
Yeah, but I'm using my arrows now. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Jose Siri against a lefty. There's always a bat flip potential there.
Yeah.
Jay Hay is probably going to hit in the middle of that lineup for the Dodgers.
They sent Hurstad down, by the way.
I ignored it because it's a criminal offense. They needed to be thrown in jail. All of Baltimore. How do you send that?
They sent him down, but they called up what's his face there?
Yeah,
the nobody that's gonna play for them. So
yeah,
you know what, they sent him down because they needed room for
Livin Sosa. Is it Livin Sosa?
Yeah, Livin Sosa or whatever. They needed someone. They needed the roster spot for Jimenez, to be DH. So
yeah, so excited. Yeah, so exciting.
Yeah, so exciting. Let's see.
Leote has been really bad again. Did you see? I was gonna say Miguel Vargas hitting second. Joey Loperfido hit second for Toronto the other day.
Yeah.
Stroman's been really bad against lefties. If you want to take a shot on like a cheap Yankee Stadium home run.
Okay. All right. Let's get a line going here before my mouse dies again.
Okay.
All right. Pitching wise, I think we were in on Schwellenbach here.
Yeah.
And then
do you want to do Phillips 8,400?
Okay.
Schwellenbach just stay in the mid tier.
Yep.
I kind of want to. I know shortstop's a really good position. I kind of want to play Arcia for value there.
I was gonna say, did you want to do Darno at catcher?
Yeah, I think I want to. I mean, I want to play as many Braves as possible.
Well, we were spending up at third, so
we're definitely spending up at third.
Are we doing Olsen, Riley then?
Olsen. Yeah, I mean, play Arcia too for the value. If he's going to hit fifth or sixth, I mean, that stack is going to correlate quite well. Like, we didn't even mention Soler or Ozuna really in the outfield too. Like, they're firmly in play as well. But we already have a four-man here.
Second base.
Gavin Lux.
Yeah, Gavin Lux. All right, so we have 4,400 to play. I want to get Jazz in there.
I was going to say Shohei. I don't think we could probably.
All right, then Shohei works. 3,400.
Well, do you want to play Jazz over Shohei? I mean,
not really. I do not really. I like Ohtani. I do think Jazz is gonna homer, but I don't really have, unless we went down to Harrison off of Phillips.
We could do that. We could do that. Yeah, I mean, I like Kyle Harrison. 78.
So it's 37 a play. If we then did, I think it'd be like a 2K outfielder. 2,500. Do we have a $2,500 outfielder? Dylan Carlson against a lefty?
Never heard you so excited to say Dylan Carlson.
Dylan Carlson?
Every time I've ever brought up Dylan Carlson, you've looked at me sideways.
He's largely trash. He's not even good against lefties anymore either.
You know who I would play? Truthfully, the only person I play down here is Stuart Baroa. I don't know if this guy is so fast. He is so fast.
Who went off of Darno? Let's see.
We don't have Freddie Furman. What are we supposed to do here?
I know where's our guys? Our guys aren't here.
The Royals are not on this slate, unfortunately.
All right, we'll do a Padre. We'll do Campusano. That gives us a $3,300 outfielder. This really isn't giving us anything at all. Verdugo. There we go.
Yeah, Verdugo.
All right. Schwellenbacher, Harrison, Campusano, Olsen, Lux, Riley, Arcia, Chisholm, Otani, Verdugo. Does that work for you?
I like it.
Works for me.
I like it. Yeah.
There's an example lineup for everybody. We appreciate you all tuning. You want to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It's a free way to support the work we do here over at Fantasy Line. We'll be back live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Just check in with that, myself and Henry Wilson. Until then, everybody, we'll catch you later.